Hi, thanks for tuning in to the Frontier Gaming channel. I'm Henry. Joined to me is Dave.
How's it going?
And today we're going over the Farstriders, right?
Yeah. This is the second of two new gangs we're reviewing. And I'll be honest with you, I have a bit of a tough time wrapping my head around these guys. The Farstriders are the new
Stormcast guys.
Stormcast Eternal Warband, and their thing appears to be ranged attacks that do very little damage. So they all come built in with a range 3 dice needing swords, 1 damage attack. And then when they inspire,
They're the exact same weapon.
they're all the exact same weapon. So I think it gives them a lot of interesting options. They could focus a lot more on map control or board control, or maybe going after objectives or something like that. Not necessarily caring where your opponent is, because you have that long range to be able to do that damage.
That's interesting, because looking at the objective deck and there's some of their like upgrades and plays, they seem more, they want to be a little bit more aggressive than the last Stormcast were.
Yeah, they definitely, like, part of their whole flavor is they want to get onto the other side of the board.
Yeah.
Like this, they want to go over to the opponent's side of the board,
And
deal
just sort of
damage,
chill out.
and chill out, cap objectives over there maybe.
Yep. Because their inspiration is similar to like how the dwarves, they have to hold an objective at the end of the phase. These guys just have to be in your enemy's side of the board.
Right. So you have to end an action.
The action phase.
Okay.
Ends an action phase.
End an action phase
In enemy territory.
in an enemy territory. So
It's similar wording to the dwarves, where they have to end an action phase on it, holding an objective.
So it makes them a little bit more difficult because you're never inspiring these guys for the very first turn.
The exception being inspiration strikes,
Right. Yeah.
which does
the
come
free
in this
card.
deck. So that's probably the reason to buy this
Right.
for sure.
Oh, there's definitely some great cards, vanilla cards for all gangs in this deck, and I definitely recommend picking it up. Shardgale. As an orc player, this is
all
my
the
new
orc
favorite
players.
card. This is my new favorite card. Does 1 damage to all fighters on the board, regardless, and it's just such an awesome card. 1, it instantly inspires all the orcs. 2, it makes it so that you could get by with maybe playing less of those damage buffs.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're lowering everyone's health. It makes it a lot easier to one-shot people. Most of the people are playing these damage buff cards like Great Strength and the other cards that give you bonus damage in order to be able to just one-shot your average opponent, especially guys like Skaven and Skeletons are getting one-shot by anyone anyway, but to like one-shot a Stormcast Eternal, either from the Farstriders or from the original box warband, or especially like one-shotting orcs is huge.
Oh,
So
it is a big swing.
you play Shardgale, all those orcs that were at 4 health are now at 3 health. It makes them a lot easier
Makes
to
them
deal with.
quite a bit easier to manage. I actually also like Shardgale with these guys because of their pistols. So now like Skaven and Skeletons can now just be popped off with the pistols.
Yeah, absolutely. You play Shardgale, and then one of these little range 3 pistols kills almost all the skeletons. So
Yeah, almost all the Skeletons and basically all the Skaven.
right. So yeah, this is a super clutch card, and I think for this card alone, the box is probably worth
Also the models.
the price on it.
If you haven't had a chance to look at the models, these are my favorite models that they've put out for this game so far.
For sure, yeah. Listen, the Stormcast were never really my thing aesthetically, but the bases on these guys, they're all standing on like these ruined buildings and tree trunks, and just the models are really exceptional.
Farstrider is standing on like a fallen log. He's got the Aether wing on his shoulder, which is beautiful.
Right. Yep. That's an interesting one too. So Farstrider, when he inspires, he gets that extra attack action, which is the Star Falcon, range 4, 3
Jeez.
swords, 1 damage, but on a crit it goes to 2 damage, which is pretty big for a weapon with that range. Most of the damage buffs in the game at this point
Or for range 1 or 2.
specify clearly that they're only to be used with attacks that have a range of 1 or
these
2,
guys
and
have-
they don't apply to long
I think they have
range
1 or
attacks.
2 that just says on your next attack.
Right. There are some out there, but they're harder and they're maybe not as good or as versatile cards.
Agreed.
Right. Yeah, but overall these guys are really interesting. I'm having a little tough time wrapping my head around it. It seems like they really rely on being able to do lots of damage, lots of attacks, but little amounts of damage rather. So lots of attacks, little damage, which is tough for a warband with only three models.
People, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I think having
Right,
range attack helps them
Right.
a bit.
Also, these guys aren't going to be charging around a lot, which means
Yeah, I
they
don't-
can
I don't see
activate after activate. As an orc player, my thing is if I have an orc that's not standing next to anybody, he's got to
charging,
charge
for sure.
someone. So, and that kind of locks him down for the whole rest of the
Would you maybe see using sprint for these guys?
turn.
Just to get them across the board?
So they have 3 base movement.
They just have 3 movement.
Farstrider has 4.
Yeah, he's a little quicker.
So he's a little quicker. I'll be honest with you. If you pick your map tiles right as an orc player, all of my orcs have 3 movement. I don't have a problem getting onto the other side of the board with orcs. So I don't really see the need. I don't run sprint in orcs. I don't think you need to run it here. And again, because they have this range focus, and the Shadespire maps aren't very big.
Yeah, no,
so
they're not.
A range of 3 to a guy centrally located in one of the map tiles.
It's basically the whole board, right?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. The amount of aggro, I guess you would say, the threat range of one of these guys is really impressive.
So I think you're right. Like one way to definitely see these is like park them in a place,
Right.
and then just let them do work from there.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, these guys don't want to charge. They just want to move and then just pop out ranged attacks. If someone gets close to them, they do have the melee attacks, which do more damage, hit a little easier, need hammers instead of swords. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be your primary method of doing damage.
But I think that the method also supports like what you see in some of like the objective cards, where like some of they have a 1 or 2 objective cards specifically for them where they want to be next to each other.
Right. All right, yeah, and what was there was another vanilla one that came out in one of the other gangs too, like Shield Wall or I forget what the card is called. But same deal, like if you have 3 guys that are all parked right next to each other, that's good for victory points. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. So interesting stuff. So I'm excited to see what other people, I'll be honest with you, I'm an orc player, I'm a Khorne player. I don't play the good guys very often, so this gang, I bought it. I love the cards that come with it. I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of them, but I'm probably not going to play them. So I'm really excited to see what other people come up with.
I am too. Like, I was excited. I was like, cool, we're getting new Stormcast. Like, Stormcast is my faction for Age of Sigmar, and I was excited to see him. But then, like, looking at him, I'm like, I really don't know what to do.
Right. I think that with the right combination of things, these guys can really be really effective in the way that they apply threat and control areas in the map.
That's probably what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah,
it's probably
I'm gonna leave that to other
it's something
people
we
to
haven't
figure
seen
it out.
yet, I don't think.
For sure, yeah. I mean, this range stuff. I mean, up until this point, we had a skeleton leader with range 2. We had a Skaven leader with range 2. We had a couple of item attachments that had range, like the shade glass darts and stuff like that.
Skaven had their own special ninja stars, I think.
Right. But other than that, like this,
nothing that was consistent.
This ranged attack stuff is a really interesting change to the environment. I'm really excited to see how it plays out.
I agree.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Let us know what your ideas and thoughts are for this gang. Like I said, they're not going to be my focus, so I'm excited to see what other people are coming up with. So let us know what
Same
you
here.
think.